Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, LAFD pilots make daring mountain rescue. Intel shooting star mini drones make the holiday season even brighter. And first Boeing 777X flight test airplane comes together. Hello, I'm Laura Hudson. It's November 28th, and this is Airborne Unlimited. Simply extraordinary. That's the first reaction any knowledgeable pilot has to a video just released by the LA Fire Department. Risking lives to save lives is what firefighters do, but LAFD Air Operations pilots David Nordquist and Joel Smith took it to new heights at the Woolsey Fire on Friday, November 9th. While actively conducting a water drop on a flank of the massive blaze, the pilots of Fire 4 received a request for a follow-on mission to conduct a rescue at nearby Castro Park in the hills above Malibu. The smoke column thickened and darkened with danger as Nordquist and Smith approached their target. The ridge atop the narrow peak was filled with service buildings, vehicles, and antennae, creating an incredibly complex scenario for landing. Yet they knew people's lives depended on them finding a way. With their fuel supply dwindling and no resources available for a hoist operation, they made their approach. Once on the ground, Nordquist held the idling helicopter amid the brush as the full force of the Woolsey Fire bore down on the mountain outpost. Smith quickly exited the helicopter and ran to the aid of the civilians trapped on the mountain. Their professionalism, technical expertise, and complete dedication to their mission was directly responsible for saving the lives of 3 people and 2 dogs. After the break, Boeing exec says company did not intentionally withhold MCAS information.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Based on the popular Sling 2 LSA, the Sling 4 was designed to be the most practical and desirable lightweight 4-place experimental aircraft on the market. Find out more about this 115 horsepower turbocharged airplane at airplanefactory.com.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Airborne Unlimited, Aero-TV, Airborne Unmanned, the AMA Drone Report, our website or podcast, just email to news-by@aero-news.net. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. Boeing CEO Dennis Muilenburg says that accusations that the company intentionally withheld information concerning the 737 MAX maneuvering characteristics augmentation system from operators are simply untrue. Muilenburg said in an internal company communication that the relevant function is described in the Flight Crew Operations Manual, and we routinely engage with customers about how to operate our airplanes safely. The statement directly contradicts an assertion made by the company's largest 737 MAX customer, Southwest Airlines. For the past 2 weeks, NASA scientists and satellite data analysts have been working every day producing maps and damage assessments that can be used by disaster managers battling the Woolsey Fire near Los Angeles and the Camp Fire in Northern California. The agency-wide effort also deployed a research aircraft over the Woolsey Fire on November 15th to identify burned areas at risk of mudslides in advance of winter rains expected in the area. Aviation Performance Solutions has announced that all its upset recovery training instructors across the United States in Arizona, Texas, and Alabama are now Master Certified Flight Instructors, another record unmatched in the aviation industry. This achievement is just one component of the extensive training and experience required of APS Advanced Instructor Pilots, who teach fully comprehensive upset prevention and recovery training. The MCFI achievement is a national FAA-recognized accreditation, earned through a rigorous process of continuing professional activity and peer review. The Air Force has selected Tinker Air Force Base, Oklahoma, to coordinate maintenance and sustainment of the B-21 Raider, and Edwards Air Force Base, California, to lead testing and evaluation of the next-generation long-range strike bomber. The decision to use these bases marks the next milestone in the development and eventual deployment of the B-21, a long-range aircraft capable of penetrating air defenses and conducting a range of critical missions. The plane is expected to be delivered in the mid-2020s. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Now let's move on to the rest of the news. This holiday season, Intel Shooting Star mini drones are helping to delight audiences in the Christmas spectacular starring the Radio City Rockettes. During this year's new final scene, up to 100 Intel mini drones will create a groundbreaking magical holiday drone light show over the great stage of Radio City, using choreographed movements to create holiday-themed silhouettes. This large-scale integrated drone performance will mark the first of its kind for theater and for Intel. The Christmas spectacular starring the Radio City Rockettes is running now through January 1st. Weighing in at less than 2.4 ounces, the Intel Shooting Star mini drone is constructed with a soft frame made of flexible plastic. A 180-degree cage covers the 4 propellers. The Intel mini drone fits in the palm of a typical hand, all features designed to promote safety when flying near people. After these messages, first Boeing 777X flight test airplane comes together.
In collaboration with NASC, introducing Sonex Aerospace, bringing you the Taros Group 4 UAS, the redesigned Tiger Shark Block 4, and the Subsonics Twin Jet UAS, all derived from flight-proven manned systems, not concepts, real aircraft. More at sonexaerospace.com.
Welcome back. Boeing has brought together the major fuselage sections to form the first 777X airplane that will take to the skies in 2019. In a major production milestone called the final body join, Boeing teams connected the airplane's nose, mid, and aft sections in the company's factory in Everett, Washington. The jet now measures 252 feet long from nose to tail, making it the longest passenger jet the manufacturer has ever produced. The airplane will provide 12% lower fuel consumption and 10% lower operating cost than competing airplanes. With the extension of a set of folding raked wingtips, the airplane's wingspans 235 feet. By adding folding wingtips, the 777X's wingspan has been increased to enhance the aerodynamic efficiency of the wing, reducing engine thrust and fuel use. Additionally, the folding wingtip allows the 777X to maintain airport compatibility with the existing 777 family, adding value for customers. The first 777X introduced will be the 777-9 model, which can seat 400 to 425 passengers, with a range of 7,600 nautical miles. The first 777X test airplane for static ground testing was completed in September 2018. 3 additional flight test airplanes will be built after flight test number 1. The 777X first flight is scheduled for 2019. First delivery is slated for 2020. Well, that's our program for today. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, alternating with Airborne Unmanned on Tuesday and the AMA Drone Report each Thursday. Additional breaking news bulletins may be posted for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe and do check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. We'll see you tomorrow.